Hello and welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony Pica, and this show is all about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep some of the things that I seem to step on. So today I'm doing a video on a question I got, and the question is voiceover something that I can do? And I think it's a valid question, right? I mean, you're interested in voiceover. You're trying to ask the question, can I do voiceover? Is this something for me? You might be someone who has heard people tell you have a good voice. They love what you do. They love how you speak, and you could really make a lot of money in voiceover. Or maybe you come from a broadcast background where you've been in radio and you're transitioning and you'd like to really get into voiceover. So I hope to answer that question for you. And I think first and foremost, in my personal opinion, if you have a voice, if you have a voice and you're able to read out loud, I think there is a place for you in voiceover. Now, I want to say that that's not all you need to be successful. But that is the requirement to get started. So I think we need to break this up because I think the misconception with any business is the product more important than how well you run a business? Okay, and I think people would probably have a bunch of varying ideas here, but for me, I think it's definitely both. You have to have a good product, in this case, your voiceover, but you also have to be able to run a good business. A good product is not enough. You also have to be able to run an online business. You have to be able to market and find work. You've got to be able to do the technical work with your microphones and your interfaces and your DAW and your editing and formatting and your space. And you've got to be able to do all of that. You've got to be able to manage your finances. You've got to be able to, accept payments from clients. You've got to be able to do all of these things. Okay. And on top of that, you've got to be able to voice act. The positive thing is that there is lots of help out there. There are coaches in all of these arenas. There's coaches who do business coaching. There's who really focus on voiceover business coaching. There's coaches who are really good voice acting coaches. There's coaches who help you with the technical aspect. So in my mind, when you ask the question, is this something I can do? Is voiceover something I can do? My question I ask you, is it something you want to do? Because if it's something you want to do, you really want it, you'll find a way. You will find a way. I want to point something else out to you as well. If you find that you are really interested in the voiceover industry and you want to, be a voiceover artist. Well, let's use this as an example. Let's say that you want to be a voiceover artist and you try really hard and for whatever reason, right, it's just not working out. Does that mean you can't be a part of the voiceover world? Of course not. What if you become the person who helps connect voiceover artists with clients? All right. We call them agents in some senses. I call online agents, which is websites, but you could be an intermediary, right? Somebody who has a great list of voice actors and also has a list of clients who are looking for voiceover artists, and you put them together. And by part of that, you take a percentage for helping these two people connect, which in normal cases they wouldn't. All right. What if you want to help coach voice actors in doing one aspect of business? What if you want to help clients find the right voiceover artist? What if you want to help voiceover artists edit, and master their audio? Look, these are different things than you just being a voiceover artist. But the point is, if you want to be in voiceover, you can. You can, but don't make the mistake thinking that it is not a business. This is, I've as you know, if you've watched this channel, I've been an actor and I've seen a lot in the industry from a standpoint of people who are trying to make it in the as an artist And if and they're not in the union and things like this, and they're trying to just make a living or trying to make it out here in the world, right? And it's a challenge because we focus so much on the craft, how good we are at doing the acting part, but the reality is that is only a small piece of the pie. And I know you've heard me talk about this, but I have to say it again and again and again because I really believe it's important. How well you run your online business will determine whether you even get an opportunity to be a voice actor. All right. So, for example, right, if how are you going to make a website? You've got to have a website. Is that the first thing you need? No, but you're eventually going to need a website. You're going to need how to use software on the computer. You're going to have to learn how to do many different mixing music and videos and and special effects, right? Like these are things that are not voiceovers, but as a business owner, as a solopreneur, someone growing a business in our world right now, you've got to be able to do all of these things. It's very important. So when I see that question, is voiceover something I can do? Absolutely. It is something you can do. But you have to know that it takes a great deal of work, effort, and it's a journey. That's why I call this a VO's journey, because, we don't know everything. Well, we don't know everything ever. But, when you first start, I look back when I first started, and the things, if I would have just flooded my head with the things I know now, my head would have exploded. Right? There is a sense of you have to grow. You have to be able to accept things based on your learning. Now, I love working with students because as a coach, I can speed that process along. All right. As a voiceover coach and a voiceover business coach, I like to do both, acting and business. And I think the business part is so important, as we've mentioned. But it's nice to be able to shave a lot of that time off, those years off of all of the learning. But you don't need a coach to learn. You could do it on your own. It just takes longer, but that's okay. Right? I mean, it's up to you, but you can do it. You can do it. Where there is a will, there is a way. All right. I am proof that you can do it. You can make it. I started 3 years ago with nothing, literally in voiceover, nothing. Right. And I built my business starting with a $40 USB microphone, a Blue Snowball mic, and my hobo fort from a $200 gift card my mom had given me for Lowe's. That's how I started a business. And I did have a subscription to Adobe Audition, although I didn't know that I actually owned Adobe Audition because I was using Adobe Photoshop. I just happened to have the suite and then found out there was something called Adobe Audition. I had no idea. You can do it. The questions you ask, we talked about this yesterday, the questions you ask will help you determine your future. Don't ask, can I do it? Ask, how can I do it? What do I need to do to make it happen? What's the next step I need to take? These questions are action questions. They will help you along the way. If you don't know how to do something, find out where to learn it and then use it. Okay, and then move to the next step and the next step. And trust me, as you move along, you'll come upon obstacles that you'll have to figure out the solutions. That's a business owner. I mean, hell, that's life, right? We have obstacles. We've got to figure out the solutions. Sometimes we wildly succeed. Sometimes we fail wildly. But you keep going forward and ask the right questions. You can do it. Voiceover can be for you, but please don't think that this is a, get rich overnight kind of business. All right? This is like any other performing business. You've got to work your tail off, and you've got to be better at business than anyone else. Now, did you notice I said business? I didn't say voiceover. I'm not the best voiceover actor. I mean, that would be dumb and naive to say. All right? You might be amazing, But the likelihood is there's other people out there that are just as good as you, possibly better. Right? And that's likely. I learned that in everything I've done. I could be really good at something, but there was probably someone around the corner who was better. That's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But what I can control, right? What I can control is how well I run my business. And you can too. And when you add all of those things up, that's when success really starts to come. All right, you guys, I hope this video helps. I know it was short, but I wanted to answer that question, and you can do it. You can do it. Is voiceover something you can do? Absolutely. All right, you guys, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. I will talk to you tomorrow for Fiverr Friday. Goodbye. Goodbye.